How to best prepare and cook crow. It's gonna be interesting to see this. I don't eat it though. I don't eat it because our shots always hit. Not always hit, but they hit. They hit. No crow today. So I don't think I do. I not. I don't think I need this then. Sorry, I was prepared, but turns out TSM Team Liquid. You like the apron? TSM Team Liquid don't like kills. The result surprised us. Not the kill count. That's a good old 15 kill count. But welcome to week 3 of LCS, 6th or 7th round. I don't know. We've been doing this for a little bit now. We're having some fun here. My name is Mark. You can call me Hughes. I feel better this week. I felt pretty crappy last week. I was down like a 6. We're starting off at a 12 here. Bringing it way up. Ease it back down. Then back up. Let's see what happens from there. We can now close out this crow. It's a shitty bit anyways. But anyways, welcome to Down the Draft. This is week 3 preview of LCS. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. We had a good week last week. We have a better one this week. If you are a Patreon and you looked at my lineup from I do one cash and one GPP lineup each day, if you split that and did, say you have $20, you did 10 and 10 each time in a double up and a single entry, you came out way ahead. We had to double up money the first day, single entry next 2 days. Had a good weekend. Where's the bird? We don't eat bird when we call our shots. Low kill count, only 15 total. I didn't think TSM was gonna. We're gonna talk about that. That was interesting. But yes, they're very pacifist. Thanks for joining again. We're gonna start it off with I signed off yesterday, and after I signed off, last week. After I signed off, we had 3 followers. And I like getting credit for when I follow or when I subscribe, when I do Patreon. I like hearing my name said because I'm egotistical and selfish. Don't worry about it. Anyways, I'm going to rerun them back. Here's the real squonk. Thank you for following. I appreciate you. Next one we have was the real Brewdog. Am I clicking it? There it is, the real Brewdog. I don't know who this is necessarily. I don't actually know who. There's a lot of people we had who followed. I don't know who they are. This is exciting. It's getting out there. We're getting the word out there. There's some. Oh, whoops. That might come up a few times now because I clicked it a bunch of times thinking it wasn't working, and it might have been working the whole time. I just didn't realize, and I apologize. Boomer, shut up. How could it go past 10? Because it goes past 11 too. Actually, this one goes to 12. That's where it goes. The final one we have is Chris MT15. Thank you all 3 of you for following. Hopefully you enjoyed last week's show. We had some hot and cold days on Friday, Saturday as far as our downwits and down-ons. Actually, our down-ons were pretty hot, but our downwits were about half each day. Sunday, we knocked it out. It felt really good. COG came through for us. We called them actually twice, and they hit once, didn't hit the other time. That's okay. Can't win all of them. But like I said, if you played the cash on Friday, came out way ahead. People had weird picks. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. Let's go through it. We start with the recap. We always do. Again. We have Friday, 100 Thieves versus FlyQuest. Wasn't much to say here. It was a low-ish kill count game, but there wasn't a whole lot of very high kill count games at all on Friday, to be quite honest. 100 Thieves won, and if you stacked anybody other than Sunday, you came out pretty far ahead because they had a really good kill participation between the mid and bot lane. Closer, not bad. Sunday was really not really involved at all. I think they had 13 kills, and DeMonte was part of like 11 or 12. Appy and Huhi were both part of at least 10. So we got bonus out of those 3. Really helpful, especially in a day that has a weird semi-upset is a good one to go with. FlyQuest, they look good. They're putting it together. There's a few teams putting it together. They look like this is better than we thought it was going to be. This is interesting. I should have taken water before I even got on here. Anyways, let's keep on moving. Next day, COG Liquid. Liquid wins this. This is going to be a rarity this weekend for Liquid to win this one. To get any wins. CLG didn't look bad, but Liquid just held them out. RGS looks solid again. I like him a lot. I am a big pole belter fan, and I'm very surprised how RGS is. I think Griffin held him back a lot, and we have some interesting news about Griffin and CLG as a whole this weekend. But overall, pretty basic game. Jensen still hasn't broken out a ton yet in the road season, so it's been kind of interesting to watch. We'll keep an eye on him coming out. Alfares was pretty solid as a lane bully. We have then, here's the upset. You want to know why we won our double ups and our cash games? It's because people had a lot of Cloud9 in a tough matchup. In a matchup they've lost already this season. Lock-in, but still, they've lost it already. People put a lot of faith in them for cash games, and it wasn't very smart. Evil Geniuses wins. It was arguably not as close as the last time either. At least in the lock-in, Cloud9 felt they were right there until a mistake or two, middle or late. They were there here, but it wasn't the same. EG just kind of ran away with it. It was a weird game. Cloud9 had a very, very hot and very cold weekend. So, been really interesting to see how that one goes. Because Cloud9 is better than C4, and there's more than a pie in the sky. There's clouds. There's 9 of them. Yeah, that's fine. You can take that. That's okay. There's 9 clouds, and they lost that day on Friday. It's a sad day. It's cold out, by the way. Speaking of clouds, hopefully, if you're down in the south, hopefully you're staying warm. If you're up in the north, stay warm too. But down south, we're not used to this. I am. Let me rephrase that. I'm used to this. The infrastructure of Nashville is not used to this, and I don't love it. It's enough water. We're calming down the water here. The next one is TSM Golden Guardians. TSM beat them down, but TSM is very efficient. We talked about it last time too. They like to play the stranglehold game the way Team Liquid does a little bit. Not a whole lot of kills. They just kind of want to beat you in every other facet and stranglehold you out of any money and not give you a chance to fight, which is an interesting tactic, and it's worked out well from this weekend. We'll cover that more. They beat Golden Guardians. It was a solid win, but it was Golden Guardians. I'm losing a lot of faith in them. I'm not loving what I'm seeing there, honestly. And then finally Friday, we had Dignitas Immortals. Here's the first call we screwed up. We had Immortals. We liked Revenge. We liked Xerxes. I think that was who we had. Maybe Insanity. But either way, we liked Immortals a lot. We thought this was a good game either way, and I played a bit of them on both sides for GPP games. Obviously, heavier on Immortals. It was not. Dignitas is good? Question mark? I don't know. You tell me. What is Dignitas? Because I can't figure them out. I think what I'm realizing is this Aphromo's good at making rookie ADCs look better than they are. I think he has that veteran leadership. He's that Tom Brady veteran leadership that carries people. Do what I say and you win. They're dignified. God, I'm muting you. On Saturday, we had FlyQuest and CLG. This was our first CLG call we made. Again, not the best. Didn't work out super well. FlyQuest won. CLG kind of sputtered a little bit. It was a game that I thought if they had a chance, especially their bot lane, they had a chance to beat out Johnson and Diamond. Didn't quite work out. Interesting game to watch, but it gave some hope for CLG, but it's not a ton. It was kind of brutal, actually. But either way, CLG ended the weekend pretty well. Next one. If you played GPP and you had Cloud9, I don't know how you didn't win money because they had 33 kills. When 100 Thieves had like 20 something too, but 30, what's the number? I can look that up. Hold on. Let's find out because it was a lot. It was a lot. 32 kills. It was a lot. So, we felt good. We had Blabber running both our cash and our GPP. Felt real good there. I liked it. I liked it a lot. This is actually probably a risky cash play, but it worked out well for us. We made some good money there. 100 Thieves didn't look bad, but, they both play the same game. They want to beat you up. And Cloud9 can beat you up really badly, especially if you don't stop them from doing what they want to do, which 100 Thieves clearly did. It wasn't good. Golden Guardians, Dignitas. This one, Dignitas had a great weekend. Spoiler alert, they went 3-0. But Golden Guardians and Immortals, I like Immortals. Golden Guardians I liked, and I'm losing faith. I thought Now's had like crazy carry potential. I don't think so anymore. And I think Ablaze Olive looks kind of weak, and their bot lane looks kind of like sputtering. I think outside of Iconic, it's hard to even watch them right now. They just don't know what to do with leads. It drives me insane. I don't want to talk about it. We're going to keep on moving here. Dignitas wins. Neo is good. Dardoch, team's built around him. Very interesting. Here's the Crow game. The Crow match. The Cratch. TSM Liquid. 15 kills max. It was a 13-2 game. It wasn't Team Liquid winning. It was very surprising. It was a very, very clean win by TSM. I was down on Power of Evil. I mean, it still should have been because that wasn't enough kills to make a difference anyways. But I was down on Power of Evil. They did look the best early game. They looked solid, but nothing crazy. Just clean-ish. And then PoE teleports to, I want to say, bot lane. It was like a 4-kill, and then it was all over from there. He snowballed out of control. Azir's nuts. I mean, Power Evil's great on mages, and that's the way that is. When they got the lead there, you kind of knew what they're going to do. TSM, we'll talk about them afterwards, but this has been a new, different TSM I've watched this weekend. Finishing off Saturday, Immortals, Evil Geniuses. Immortals wins. I feel like it was a day off for everything. I had Immortals Friday, they win Saturday. I had COG Saturday, they win Sunday. I had COG Sunday too, but so what? This was a good one. It was a good win. It was a solid win. Revenge looks good. Insanity looks solid. The bot lane, Raze looks okay. I mean, everything was okay, right? The bot lane was fine. It was really a lot through top, mid, and jung, which is really impressive to watch. Xerxes is really kind of flexed his muscles, like it a lot. Helped us win some money there. And we'll finish off the Sunday recap really fast before we start going into next week. Talk about what's going on here. So we're 100 Thieves versus Team Liquid. This is going to be a weird one. It was always going to be a weird one because Team Liquid historically plays well against the current 100 Thieves team. It was Golden Guardians last year. They lost in the lock-in. I kind of figured it's because 100 Thieves is a more complete team at the time. Liquid was playing with a sub. There's a lot of weird variables there. I mean, name a better... Who's a better Twisted Fate right now than Damonte? Has he lost on Twisted Fate yet? Does the man lose on Twisted Fate? Because if not, why are they not just banning him out? They do. But this time, do it. Jensen's looking really sketchy right now. Too much World of Warcraft. Probably not actually that, but it wasn't great. Stuff is best. Yeah, between him and I've heard Palafox is a nuts Twisted Fate. I went and watched him twice. It was really good, but Damonte's looked really good on it. Everything looked good there. You know, it was a good matchup in the top lane too, because someday first picks Renekton, not first picks, but like prio picks top lane Renekton. Quinn comes out top lane from Alphari. Oh, this has been brutal. Until Santora came top to gank, it was even. It was dead even. And Santora, or not Santora, Alphari finished a pretty solid game. I think it was like a 4-1-5 or something respectable. But he had a very even matchup against someone he should easily counterpick. Team Liquid is limit testing right now. It's pretty clear, especially in the top lane with Kennen and Quinn and whatnot. But man, like, it's just weird watching them lose. They did it last year too. It's weird. I don't like watching it. This is a team that has the talent to be good in international stages. And I know the limit testing, but you need a tank that's not just Nautilus, because once his tankiness ability wears off, he's kind of got nothing. It was brutal to watch. Quit flexing your muscles and just play a normal comp and get some wins here. Immortals TSM, clean win. Clean win TSM. Nothing else to say. Clean win. Limited kills. They didn't need it. They just cleanly win this game. PoE is playing unselfish League of Legends right now, which is really different than what he played the last few years. He's been a guy that requires a lot of resources there, and he's rotating. I think it might have been this game or the Team Liquid game. The mid laner who's playing against used their TP to get into lane. He immediately TP's top to help gank. That's not the Power Evil I know. It's not the one that you know. Is it? Do you know that Power Evil? I don't know him. But he looks good. I think they're practicing for Worlds. Yeah, Team Liquid's limit testing. There's no doubt about it. But you know what? Make sure that you can make sure you can put yourself in a good seed to not have to fight upwards in the playoffs. It's early. I'm not too worried, but it's just ironic that Double F made the comments last year, kind of got kicked off the team for saying the spring doesn't matter. Not for that, but for kind of sucking too. And they're sucking again this year. It's weird. I hope they don't give up on it. If they're trying to limit test, stick with it. But it makes me nervous watching it right now. I'm sure it'll come together, but it's weird. Power Evil, though, looking good. Finally, we have Evil Geniuses and Dignitas. It was another one. Evil Geniuses went 1-2 with a win against Cloud9. 1-2 with a win against Cloud9. Aphromoo hard carries bot again. Neo goes nutty. Soligo looks great. I don't know. Again, someone please tell me, are they good? I have no idea. Had I mute my mic. All right. 2 more on Sunday. That's it. 2 more. Cloud9, FlyQuest. Cloud9 wins. Pretty dominant fashion. They were part of our stack, so Sunday was probably our biggest winnings we've had so far in the first few weeks of the main season. We had a stack with Cloud9 and the final team. It's that weird rule of if you have the last 2 games with people in them, you're gonna win. I don't know why that happens. It's just very random. It's not. Don't follow that rule. It's not. It's just convenience. It's coincidence. Coincidence. But Cloud9 looks good. Kind of dominate. Blabber looks great. Obviously, Fudge looks better. FlyQuest looked fine, but Cloud9 just beat him pretty handedly. Especially the way the Cloud9 plays, it doesn't look good. It's not like Team Liquid or TSM where like they strangle someone out and like, oh, they might have a chance soon. And no. They didn't play with their food. They just punched it in the face like 35 times and then won. Not fun. Finally, we called it. We had it. We got it. Finally. CLG wins. They beat a bad team, but they win, god damn it. It helped us. We had CLG and Cloud9 stacked for all single entries and max 3s. Worked out pretty well for us. RJS looks good. Who else we stacked that one? Not Griffin. Definitely not Griffin. But I think we also had Wild Turtle and Smoothie. I'm blanking on the sport. I think it's Smoothie. We had them stacked. It was a good game. CLG has been right there a few different times. They have a great early game. They've struggled to close it out. And I'm wondering if Broxa can help close them out when he comes in. And that's the big news is Broxa will be here. Supposedly Saturday he'll be playing. Really exciting stuff. So that's last weekend. Really, really interesting. If you look at our standings right now, we have Cloud9 and 100 Thieves are in first, which is kind of is supposed to be expected. Maybe 100 Thieves, but Cloud9 for sure. 100 Thieves up top 3 makes sense. TSM, I mean, it's what we called the beginning of the year, but after the lock-in and after week 1, I don't think people thought that. And they stormed back there in the third. They're tied with Dignitas, which I didn't think that. They said they're building a team around Dardoch. I said that's hilarious. They said, here's a 3-0 weekend. And I said, well, shit. There was some money I could have won. But either way, Liquid and EG are right there in shouting distance. Not too big of a deal. So let's move forward to Friday. Also, I want to just get a quick clarification again. Definitely, if you're trying to build multiple lineups, and I only post 1 cash and 1 GBP for our Patreons in the Discord each time. But if you're trying to maximize your entries, use an optimizer. I think it's the best thing for me. I'm able to mark who I want as far as exposures go, my minimum, my maximum for each person. I can just I can pair things up interestingly. I can say, give me 20 unique lineups involving these 4 teams, and it'll make the best lineup it can, maximizing salaries and projections. And I'm going to put it in here too. I think it's working now. Yes! It's working. The chatbot's working. I'm going to plug a lot of things now because we got it working because I'm a boomer that can't figure this shit out after 4 or 5 weeks. I figured it out by asking another fellow streamer. Beans, if you're there, thank you again. But This is a really cool website, Esports Department. I talked about it last week. They have DFS and betting content in general for League of Legends and CS:GO. Love their optimizers, what I use. Big fan of it. But absolutely check it out, especially if you're looking to really get involved in this more. If you're going to spend a lot of money on DraftKings, make sure you're doing it the smart way. So jump on, just jump on it. We didn't even cover Friday. Let's cover Friday. First game, CLG Cloud9. I'll let you guess who's going to win that one. I like CLG, but not that much. Dignitas FlyQuest. That's going to be an interesting one. They may or may not be in my down width this week. One of those teams. It's going to be kind of a toss-up. I think FlyQuest, I would have said, is a much better team. But after last week, I just don't know anymore. It's very hard to figure out. FlyQuest is technically the favorite tomorrow. Are they? I don't know. It's hard. Vegas is soft, though, with this stuff. So who knows? It's kind of a shady thing. Golden Guardians Team Liquid. I don't care how much Team Liquid's limit testing. They should win this game. If they don't win this game, Niles better have like the performance of his life, or I'm writing off Team Liquid because there's no reason they should win this game. Cash lineups all day long. Even if they don't kill very much, still cash. Maybe actually not all day long. Don't listen to that. Let me talk my way out of that one. Golden Guard sucks so bad it might be like a 9-1 kill. TSM Evil Geniuses. Tough one because Evil Geniuses I like a lot. They went 1-2. They beat Cloud9. TSM looks real hot right now. They win very efficiently. They will expose Evil Geniuses to make mistakes, and EG sometimes plays a little aggressive, especially out of the mid lane. They sometimes overshoot their shot with a bit. Finally, we have Immortals and 100 Thieves. I like Immortals, I really do, but I love 100 Thieves. They are my true love right now. And well, there you go. Saturday, Cloud9 Dignitas. I get Dignitas is hot right now. And unless something big happens on Friday that changes my opinion, I'm still on Team Cloud9 here, I think. It's going to be interesting, but I'm still on Team Cloud9. CLG Immortals, going to be a really good game. I think that both these teams have been very impressive the first few weeks when they have the full rosters back, and CLG's not even full yet. This is Brox's coming out party. I like both teams a lot. I think I prefer Immortals. You'll find out some more later on. Wink. And then TSM 100 Thieves is the third game. TSM 100 Thieves is going to be weird because TSM wins very slowly and methodically. 100 Thieves likes to punch you in the face a lot. I don't know who wins this one. This is a weird one. Don't wink at me. I'm sorry. I won't. I'm sorry. TS 100 Thieves is going to be a weird one, though. It's going to be either a very low kill with TSM winning, or it's going to be a very high kill with 100 Thieves winning. I think, if I'm correct, I believe TSM lost Cloud9 earlier, and they gave up like 25 kills or some crazy amount, which is funny because I think they felt like they had a fight, and I think that's what 100 Thieves and Cloud9 both do to people they're playing against. They kind of force them to the corner. It's like, you're gonna fight me. Yes, I'm up 5k gold, but you're going to fight me. Yeah, I can take the inhib and then Baron and then win, but I want to fight you instead, and that's how they play, and I love it. As a DraftKings player, I'm a big fan of that. As a fan of 100 Thieves or Cloud9, I would be a bit more nervous. Like, don't throw that. Don't throw that. We didn't finish. Team Liquid EG, good game. I think it's a good game. I have Team Liquid right now. I think they right the ship. I'm curious what they do in the draft because Alphari has been first picking a lot, and EG likes to have impact second pick a ton when they can't get Renekton. I don't know. I'm not really sure where I land this one right now. I think if Jensen's on, he just crushes Jizuke and makes Jizuke make mistakes. I think their bot lane definitely beats EG, but I'm looking at top lane a lot here, and I'm thinking the draft's going to make a big difference here, and I'm really curious to see this. It's a hard one from a DraftKings perspective because I think the draft of the actual game is going to make or break this game, especially the top lane matchup. It's going to be very, very interesting for me. And the final one's FlyQuest and Golden Guardians. I like FlyQuest. I think they've been really good since Jose Deodo came in. I think Johnson has found a little niche with his Seraphine. I don't see him getting through a whole lot anymore because he's played really well on it. But I like the idea of that bot lane doing some sort of like fasting Senna, some sort of off the wall Cloud9 like bot lanes where it's just a little weird wacky stuff, and they win it through a Palafox and Licorice, and Jose Diodo kind of is PvE farming almost in a way. And also stop going in level 1 ganks in jungle. Not ganks. Don't no more jungle invades. This is like they're over 3 or something on it. Stop doing it. Someone tell them not to do it. Anyways, Sunday, last day, we had Dignitas versus TSM. The battle of the 2-3-0 teams last weekend. This is hard. This is one of the ones where I made my guess on Down with Down Ons, but I really do want to see Friday and Saturday first, see where we land on here. I think TSM probably has a leg up right now because I think they'll be able to expose the mistakes. But I think that bot lane is really interesting. Lost looks good. Sword Art's looking better. But Aphromo and Neo have just been 2v2ing everybody. And I can see a world where they just get super big, juicy fed. And PoE plays a very conservative game. Maybe tries to help out, but doesn't really get a whole lot of opportunities. Aphromo's not dumb. And Fake God's no dummy either. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a weird one. I'm really excited for that game a lot, though. There's a lot of great games this weekend, actually. A lot of not super one-sided games. Next one we have is Immortals and FlyQuest. Another one that's it's kind of a toss-up at this point. I actually like Immortals here. I really do. I think Revenge is really good. I think Xerxes is really good. I think their bot lane leaves something to be desired right now, but I think Ray's also shown potential to get it going. And I'm not really sure. It's Oceania bot lane. See what happens there. Johnson, Diamond, can be exposed a little bit. Sometimes Johnson has a habit of throwing, but the mid lane's will be a knockout fight, I think, too, which I'm really interested to see. Should be a good one. Here's a game that shouldn't be good. 100 Thieves Golden Guardians. 100 Thieves should win. I don't think I need to say much more. Who's going to win in a top lane between Niles trying to carry and Someday on anything? It's Someday. And then every other lane, it's probably 100 Thieves. That bot lane's nuts. I don't see... No. Team Liquid Cloud9. Awesome game. Rematch. Will they steal it? Because 100 Thieves, I get it. I like it. It's a good one. You're funny. It's hilarious. 100 Thieves. Thief. Steal. Steal. Yeah, back at you, buddy. Team Liquid Cloud9. Rematch from the finals of the lock-in tournament. Really excited here. I think it's funny because I felt like Cloud9 was limit testing all of lock-in, and Liquid's been limit testing all of the season, which it seems like ass backwards. But I don't even know him, and I hate him. Yeah, he's got that hateable face. It's all right here. And you'll find I do too, but I can't be too judging of that. I got a hateable face too. It's very punchable. It's very punchable. I'm trying to grow a beard to pat it. Ideally, it's not there yet. I don't grow beards very well. I'm trying though. It's for patting. But, anyways, Liquid Cloud9 gonna be interesting. I think Team Liquid wins this one because I think that they're prepping for Worlds, right? And they want to play good matchups against the good teams and play the teams that are really good and they want to get better, right? I think they turn it on for Cloud9. I don't think they screw around anymore. I think they turn it on. They go, we're here to beat you. That's it. And I think Team Liquid wins. Last one, Evil Genius is CLG. I like CLG. Evil Genius is a better team. Peter Dunn's now in the States. Peter Dunn, been doing this. He's a great coach. Been coaching really well back at Splice, back at Mad Lions in Europe. Came to the States. Evil Genius is looking better than they were on paper and last year. Stumbled a bit last week. But overall, I like them. I think they beat CLG. Not much more to say there. Here's a moment you were all waiting for. All of you. There's not many of you here today. I'm a little sad, actually. But we'll get through it. Who are we down on? We'll talk about that later. Who are we down with? Talk about that right now. And, by the way, if you ever need to catch a recording of this at all, it's on Twitch. We actually had more views in the first 24 hours of last episode than we've had for any show we've done so far, which has been great. But also, here is YouTube. There's a question mark there. I don't know why that's there. I'll work on that. But here is the YouTube link to catch it if you want to catch it there as well. If you're over there, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel there. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications. All that stuff the cool people say. And I'm gonna throw this here while I'm at it too. Hit my Twitter. No, did I? Don't. Did I not do it? Oh, did I put a spacer? No. Twitter's not. Twitter ain't happening. Apparently. There. Okay, there it is. This is very delayed. My bad. Anyways, we're doing the down with. So down with the first game we have Blabber Fudge. Really obvious matchup, right? They're playing Chronologic Gaming. I think Finn was probably the weak spot, in my opinion, in COG last week. I think he, not weak spot, but he left a lot to be desired, I think. And Fudge is really turning it on. I love Blabber. There's something in the last weeks they actually smartly captain a jungler. We're going to pause really fast right there. The next patch, 11.4, nerfs jungle a lot. Excuse me. Jungle's getting nerfed very hard to the point where I think they're going to be tank junglers and quick ganking junglers. I think jungles will not carry the games like they used to. All last year, a lot of this year. It's going to be very interesting here. I think Udyr still. I don't think I care. Right. All the camps give less gold, less experience. Right. Everything's gonna be slower. I think that you're not going to have these big disparities in jungle anymore. I don't think you're gonna. I just don't know how I feel about it. Not that jungle is going to be a position that you just want to pick whoever on, but I wouldn't captain jungle week 1 of 11.4. I would go back to my ADC primary, which I always do. And secondary, I'd look at mid lane again, actually. And I'd wait to see how things shake out. Now, Blabber is a different person, right? He's always going to have control on his side, but I would be hesitant to captain junglers once 11.4 hits. This weekend, you're fine. So we're still going Blabber. So just a heads up for when 11.4 comes out. Be careful about that because they will probably see less kills, more assists, but probably less kills, less really interesting invades and whatnot. It's going to be a different kind of game. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. They're not going to be these big, beefy guys anymore. No Talia is just sniping you off the wall with the Q, looking like Tony Hawk. So, number 1's Blabber and Fudge. They're probably the first cost of people. I can't see how they're not. They're playing COG. They really should be. I can see Team Liquid combination of jungle and top being higher costed, and I'd say good. That's great. Liquid plays slow. And they don't play a lot of kills, so that makes me excited if that's the case. But I'm thinking it'll probably beat Cloud9. So who do you pair that with, right? It's hard to pair that with a good team if you have the number 1 cost of people. And we're going with Neo and Aphromoo. It's a weird matchup. We talked about this. I said, it's going to be a good one to watch. As of right now, I look at FlyQuest and Dignitas, and I had to kind of say, how the lane's going to go. And I look at top lane. I like Licorice a lot. Fake Out looks solid, though. But I like Licorice. He's been good. Mid lane is going to be very even, in my opinion. I think Soligo has been playing a smart game lately, which I've been really enjoying a lot. And not Blaze Out. I keep saying Blaze Out. Palafox has been really good, surprisingly good all year. The jungles is probably a wash for me. I think Dardoch looks looking great, and Hostilio looks really good too. So I look at the bot lane. I've liked Johnson and Diamond. I thought they played pretty well. But I think Aphromoo and Neo have just been head and shoulders better. I really have been loving the duo of the bot lane down here for Dignitas. I think Aphromoo been just making awesome initiations. Neo's been following up on everything. And I truly do believe part of it's because Aphromoo that veteran presence. And he's able to say, we're going to do this. And Neo says, okay. And I think he doesn't necessarily have that same sort of command over somebody who's been in the league for a while. And I think it's important for him to have that kind of control. He's a good shot caller. He knows what he's doing. Let him do it, right? Let him tell you, just click this guy's head and kill him because it's been working. So I'm really high on that one. They're probably going to be a little bit lower costed, more than last week, obviously, but they're not the favorite. So I can see them being suppressed quite a bit down to, I have them at 5th right now. If they're 6th or 7th, I wouldn't be too shocked. I think TSM and EG can really shove the pricing up a bit more on that. So that can be quite interesting to me too. But that's going to be my Friday stacks where I'm really starting off there. They're a GPP pick more than anything, right? They're not going to be a solid cash pick for Dignitas because I don't feel super confident, but I do feel like if they win, they can win with a lot of kills. They can win with a lot of kills at the bot lane. I'd love to start a stack off of that. If I'm looking for cash, I'm leaning more towards Team Liquid. I have my notes over here. Team Liquid, 100 Thieves, Cloud9 all seem like solid cash options. They're going to be expensive to try to pair up together, and they're going to have lower kill counts, but they'll be more consistently wins, right? And you want winners for cash. You just need to finish top 40%. So pick people who you know are going to win. Don't be like people last Friday who picked Cloud9 as EG. That's a risky one. So let's go over to Saturday now. Saturday's an interesting one too. And we have Xerxes and Revenge because, well, they're playing CLG, and I like CLG too, but this is Brox's first game there. He's been in Europe this whole time, just kind of hanging out, streaming every now and then. It's been fun to watch. It's been enjoyable. He's better than Griffin, but he doesn't have any chemistry with these guys at all yet. And I can see Xerxes just taking it to town, right? I can see that being brutal for them. And I can see him exposing that a lot. I think Finn has been, like I said, a little disappointing so far. RJS has been really solid in my opinion. So I want to avoid the Insanity matchup because I think RJS will just do what it takes to not feed. And that's something that Insanity really relies on, is to get fed early by being really aggressive. How they go down a tank jungle either. That's true. It's still 11.3, so he doesn't have to necessarily play a tank jungle this weekend. But that's a good point, especially going forward. So one, he's forced to play on a more carry jungler, which is really interesting. He also forces Smoothie and Finn to, one of those two, to take something more tanky. Maybe even both of them take something more tanky. And I like that a lot because I think Revenge has played just like shockingly good. Even his losses, he looks good. I like him a lot. I think that this is going to be an interesting one from this top jungle combination again. We have two top jungle combinations. That's interesting. But I like that one a lot. I think it's a really interesting game. Immortals doesn't kill a lot in their wins, but they kill enough. And COG dies a lot in wins they're close in because they take an early lead, and then people have to fight their way back in, which leads to a lot more kills. So I'm really excited for this one because of that. I think CLG might get an early lead. Don't panic, right? Don't be like Boiler Tribe who texts me like, "Oh God, it's not looking good." It's 2 minutes in. Give it a second. I've been giving Boiler Tribe a lot of shit today. I'm sorry. I miss you. Talk about Top Shots later. Talk about Top Shots with all of you guys later. All a handful of you. Saturday, the second pairing we have a 4-5 pairing here. This gives us a lot of flexibility. We have Palafox and Johnson. We're not down on them, but we picked their counterpart on Friday with Neo and Aphromoo. But I'm all about the ADC mid lane on Saturday. Sorry, let me rephrase that. We picked their counterpart in Neo and Aphromoo on Friday. On Saturday, though, we do like Palafox in the mid lane and Johnson in the bot lane. I mean, they're playing Golden Guardians, and I think Ablaze Olive has been not what I was hoping. That's a nice way to put it, right? He sucked. He's been bad. He's been arguably one of the worst mid laners in the league this so far. Not one of the worst mid laner so far, in my opinion. And I don't think their bot lane is much better at this point. There's like, Newbie seems interesting, but I think Johnson could just win that 2v2. 2 minutes is all I can stand. that's of me or league or what? Like, that's hurtful no matter what. But either way, I think FlyQuest kind of rolls Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians doesn't. They're a weird one because they kind of roll over and die so fast you can't kill them much because it's not even a close one. I'm hoping it's not the case here. But I like both these picks because they're the 4th and 5th estimate salary costs here. Gives you a lot of flexibility to say if you feel confident Cloud9 is going to roll Dignitas, go with Cloud9. You can afford it. If you think that 100 Thieves rolls TSM or Team Liquid rolls Evil Geniuses or vice versa, you can afford that with both these stacks because they're both not horribly costed. You can probably work that out. So this gives you a lot of flexibility. Saturday is going to be a day of a ton of very unique lineups. If you're trying to get different, this is how you get different. I'm really excited for that a lot. So we'll see how that goes, but I am pumped. Sunday, what do we got? Got some interesting stuff here Sunday. We have FBI and Demacia to start off. they're going to be pricey. I'll give you a heads up. Sunday was tricky because we'll go over the matchup again, but it's Dignitas TSM. TSM suppresses kills a lot, to my opinion. Immortals FlyQuest could be interesting. Could be interesting. That could be one that we could have gone down with on, but I wasn't really sure what pairing I felt really confident on. 100 Thieves, Golden Guardians. I think 100 Thieves is going to roll them so hard that it wouldn't shock me like one bit if they just absolutely destroy them, and that can make me just a bit nervous here. I think 100 Thieves would roll them so quickly it might be like a 24-minute game with like if it was 12-0 or 12-2. Would you be shocked at all? So far Golden Guardians has rolled over and died every time. They have a win. Who they beat? Was it COG? Makes me sad. But I like FBI Demonte. I'm really hoping that there's some life out of Golden Guardians this week, though. We really need it because they're going to be high priced, and we'll see what happens there. The other two matchups, again, are Team Liquid and Cloud9. If Liquid wins, I think it's low kill. If Cloud9 wins, I think it's high kill. It's hard one to pick. I like Cloud9. It's a tough one to pick. You don't know what maybe the next one is. Who knows? We'll see. I have to pick two of these, right? The final one's EG, Counterlogic Gaming. It's one that EG should win that. It should be a high kill count. But I think Demonte is our first call. Our second call is Impact and Set Scare. So there you go. I kind of led that one. That's the one I feel really good about. And my problem is, again, these are both estimated second. It's going to be hard to get very flexible here. I think you're looking to try to find a secondary stack for these guys. Maybe FBI Demonte and Paxton and Scarin. You can't pair both teams together because they're just so high costed. I get it. Look at maybe an Immortals FlyQuest, right? Who do you think's going to win that game? That should be a cheaper game. I think it'd be kind of interesting to have going for you. And I tend to think that if we're going to get a lot of kills, it's going to be out of potentially that game more than anything else. So it's going to be an interesting one here. Sunday does get tricky. We have very Heckle, Dr. Jekyll, and Mr. Hyde. I didn't screw that up. Shut up. Saturday and Sunday, where Saturday we have a ton of flexibility. I'm really excited about Saturday because I think being different is super easy. And I think running our single entries and our 3-entry max, or even our 20-entry max, so we can get some really unique lineups. And I get really jazzed up for our GPP big lotto tickets that day. Sunday, it gets a lot harder, quite frankly. There's a lot of interesting cash plays here, I think. But getting different as far as a GPP goes is risky because, you have two games that can either go a ton of kills if one team wins or almost no kills the other team wins. And it's very hard to pick that because you can't rely on COG and their losses to 100 Thieves both times. They were top stacks because it was like 28 to 25 kills, right? Wild Turtle was the number one stack that we got played on, and they lost to 100 Thieves. It was awesome. It was weird, but it was awesome. So Sunday gets tricky. Keep an eye on our Discord for that on the Patreon channel. If you aren't on Patreon, let's do that one too. Like I said, I post one cash, one GPP each day in there. It's something that I think is a good starting off point too. Like I said, I build a lot of different lineups. I build usually at least one cash, maybe two. That one's a little bit more conservative. Then I'll build a handful of different GPP lineups. I have one that I'm like, this is my one. I'm doing it single entries. And I'll usually post that one to Discord. The other ones, though, I'll build like 3 confident ones for max 3 entries. And then I'll build some for loud tickets, the max 20s. Like the daily dollars are max 20 entry, $100 at first, right? Build 20 entries, right? It's $20. If you win first, you 5x your money. And if anything else finishes in cash, you add it. It's great. I didn't put my... Ow. Why did I call it that? Feels like a dumb thing to call it, but it's called lineups, not Patreon. To get your lineups, I guess. If you want lineups, get your lineups there. But let's move over to Down On here. So here's our down with again, and we'll leave it 1 second. It's been up for a while, but we got a Cloud9 Dignitas stack, which I love on Friday. Saturday, these aren't stacks, these are good starting points for you. Immortals and FlyQuest, they're both a bit cheaper options that I think can be flexible to help you go with someone you really like. If you like 100 Thieves or Team Liquid or Cloud9, and they're going to be highest costed, this is how you get a bit different. And then Sunday is really tricky because there are two very one way or another kind of games, one kind of toss-up game, and then here are the two that I feel are probably your best options for cash lineups. If you can figure out a way to stack AG in 100 Thieves, good luck. But that's going to be a really interesting cash option for me. Other than that, for GPP play, I'll probably be starting off with one of these two, leaning a bit more towards Impacts and Scarin stacks more than anything. And I'll try to get a bit different. I'll probably try to add some things. What if Detox beats TSM? What if Cloud9 beats Team Liquid? That'd be an interesting one too. So um, these are 3 days of very different styles of stacks, right? One's a stack, one's a flexibility option, one is a you gotta get unique with this stuff. So we'll go over to the down-ons now. First day, we have Jizuke. I alluded to this a bit more in the preview on Friday, but I think Jizuke is very aggressive, and it works for him a lot because he's better than people. People forgot the middle of the season for him last year. It was pretty solid, but it started off poorly and ended poorly, so people thought the dude was Dookie Stink. And he's good. He's solid. He's not PoE good, and PoE is really good at capitalizing on people's mistakes. He's been playing selfless League lately, PoE that is, and he's been moving a lot around the map, and I think that can make this an interesting matchup, but I still think when he's in lane farming, I can see him doing something that would stop Jizuke altogether. I think Jizuke might go for a range AD Lucian or something like that, and that's going to be really interesting because I do feel like PoE can capitalize on that from a late game mage, an Azir maybe, right? He's been busting Azir a lot, looks great. Would love to see it. Huni's looking solid too, so I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of room for Jizuke to move up top the way he usually does and help out Impact. I'm a little down on him. I think it's going to be a little expensive. If they win, they can put up a lot of kills, but I can see it being a low kill game with TSM playing as clean as they have been. Their biggest bet is for Spica and Huni to throw, and Jizuke doesn't really benefit from those at all, right? That's something that, if you told me Impacts and Scarin can be top stack scorers, yeah, maybe. I don't know about Jizuke. I really don't. Also, one more thing. I'm going to back up really fast, too. I don't like the Ryze pick. He's played it a few times. I don't think it's good. I think it's a poor man's TF, poor man's Galio. I know people would disagree with me. I'm sorry, but I just don't like it. We also have Santorin here, too. And Santorin, the biggest reason is, I've alluded to this a few times now, Golden Guardians blows right now. I hope they get better. But right now, it's not looking that way. They've shown almost no life. Outside of almost beating TSM once in the lock-in, they've shown like zero life at all. And my concern here is, what's Santorin going to do? I think they're going to win every lane. It's fun to gank winning lanes. You can get cool little dive kills and all that. And I think you can expose Niles early and probably get him caught out and dive him early. Great. But then what? Like, I don't see what the end game is for them getting a 20 kill game is. And I think he's going to be really expensive because he is going to be part of one of the clearly best teams. But when it's one of the worst teams, I think the number one would be Blabber. Cloud9's winning CLG. I can see that being number one. Santorin would be number two. And I'd rather have Closer. I'd rather have Svenskeren, even though he's got a hard matchup. I'd rather have Dardoch or Jose Dodo going against each other. I don't see a scenario where Team Liquid walks away with a ton of kills outside of solo lane kills and just going Super Saiyan the way they do, right? So that's where I'm at for Friday. It's a weird one. I had a cough, sorry. I've gotten better at hitting that mic a bit quicker. Not too bad. Not too bad. Saturday, we have Closer. I love 100 Thieves. I try to hide my bias, but I've given up on that because it's very obvious I'm very high on them. I think that they are a really, really good team, and I love them very much so. I think Closer is super good. I think Sunday is super good. I think Damonte is the Brody. I think he's the Russell Westbrook of the League of Legends. He's the guy that everyone loves to watch. He's that California guy. Like he's a good speaker, a little goofy. He's been showing up a lot. I think he's an awesome personality to have there. And their bot lane is like just disgusting. That being said, they have a hard matchup. TSM is no joke. And I think they're going to play a very tough game. TSM played very clean. That doesn't mean 100 Thieves can't win, but they win. They're going to have to expose them a a bit more when it comes to let's wait for a mistake. Let's wait for one mistake and then win there because they play so clean. You have to capitalize. I can see a game that goes 12, 15 minutes before the first real fight happens. That's actually not that bad, but like before even like a more than one kill comes out. And I can see a game that goes 20 minutes. There's the fight at Dragon. Whatever team wins that goes to Baron, takes Baron, and then runs it down. Because they're going to be trying to end this quickly because they know TSM plays so clean, you only have limited chances to get them off guard. He talks smack on Twitter, which is a good thing. Yes, Damonte does. I love it. It's what makes me love, and this is, if I have a trend here, I love Gilius out of LEC for Schalke, no fear. Man talks mad shit. Love it. Good. Talk shit. Just don't suck afterwards. If you do suck, don't be like Niles. What was the roses are red, violets are blue, something. I'm gonna top gap you, and then he just rolls over and dies 20 times. How embarrassing! You shouldn't be a 1-5. We should be 1-4 team talking smack. Win some games first. Wasn't that Fudge? No, it was Niles. I'm almost positive it was Niles. He said he was on top gap. It was on Sunday. He said he was going to top gap Finn. That's right. It was definitely Niles. Could you imagine if like the Lions came out there like Matt Stafford's like, man, Aaron Rodgers blows, Vikings suck, Tom Brady's weak. Like, it's not even Stafford. It's like, what if like Charlie Batch did that? Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, shut up, man. You should probably win. You look like ass right now. I've been trying not to swear on the stream, and this did not work out this week. I'm at a 12. At a 12. The other one on Saturday. The Cowboys will win a Super Bowl this year. Shut up. Why would you even say that to me? Ugh. Saturday is definitely. Cowboys will not win the Super Bowl. Don't you say that. Saturday is definitely. And this is because I think Team Liquid is going to play cleaner games. They limit tested. They're going to keep limit testing, but I think they're going to get away from like the strictly limit testing. Like a Nautilus support with no other tank won't happen much more, especially with a Quinn limit testing up in top. I think I don't see them doing the same thing again. And I think that they're going to show their dominance in the 2v2 game again. And I think definitely is really good at exposing bad bot lanes because he's very aggressive. He's not a KDA player. He will get out there and die, but kill you in the process. And I think that's kind of what CoreJJ loves. He wants you to be stupid. Take one step too far. Think he won't hit that hook or hit that pull, hit the Morgana Q. He will hit it. He just hits them all the time. I want to see a Thresh game. Give me a Thresh game. CoreJJ, are you watching this? Give me a Thresh game. He's not watching this. No one's watching this. This is just me and some bots I paid. These aren't even real people. I paid them all. I paid bots to script things in and make me upset by saying the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Either way, we have definitely on Saturday. And on Sunday, we have just one today. We have Soligo. Soligo, it's the same reason why I have Jizuke on Friday, right? I think PoE is really good at making sure teams don't have awesome games against them. And I think Soligo is going to be a victim of PoE because he's just good. He's good. They're playing a clean game. He's playing a selfless game, which, again, I can't say how happy that makes me to see. I liked PoE last year in FlyQuest. I thought that my only problem with him is he demanded a lot of resources to him, and I think he made people like Solo look a little bit worse up in top lane. I mean, Solo's not in LCS anymore, so maybe he wasn't as good as I thought he might have been. I don't know. But either way, I think that he demanded a lot of resources, and now he's playing selfless. I love it. He wasn't good. He was fine. He wasn't worlds good. He was fine. But either way, I think with PoE willing to say, I'm going to go top, I'm going to go bot, I'm going to play that very Bjergsen feeling game where I'm going to get the lane push in, I'm going to move in the river. I love it. This is fun to watch. He has a talent to make it work, too. Let's see some more of it. We saw it all 3 games last week. Keep doing it. Huni, looking solid. Spica, looking good. The bot lane. Lost might be able to carry some stuff here. Like, this is cool. I have not been rooting for TSM in a while, mainly because I hate winners, which is why I'm an Eagles fan and a Cubs fan, and I went to DePaul, and yeah, I like Fallen in CS:GO. That's kind of cool. He's really good. IEM, he was great today. But let's get back to this. I think Soligo struggles, even if you see a Dignitas win. I don't think it's through the mid lane. I think they're going to play through the bot lane a lot. I can see a world where Aphromoon Neo get the better of Sword Art and Lost. Lost is still a new guy. Neo has been there before, or Neo. Sword Art's been there before. This is really interesting. It's two very veteran supports who I think are great shot callers, and two very, very raw ADCs who I think have a lot of potential. So that should be a really fun one to watch. I do get the edge to Dignitas strictly because of Neo, and I think that Aphromoon will make sure that they take good opportunities there. But TSM ain't gonna give up much ground in the mid lane, I don't think. So that is a big one for us. We're getting to the point now where we're getting some more data in here, and we're able to start saying, okay, what do we have here as far as implied pills go, right? And I'll show you something, because we talked about it last week, but I want to kind of point it out. Now, this is a bit newer. It is going to keep on growing, right? But I'll zoom in a bit more too. Where's the plus? So what I like to do here too is kind of get a good idea for high kill games. Take this with a grain of salt, right? It's still new, still only 6 games played, and this is based on people in their kills per win or deaths per loss. So there are times where any time that TSM is playing, or TSM, one of these is playing, there's going to be a very high implied kills for the other team and a win for them. Reason why is because one of these is 1 loss, and it was 30 something kills to Cloud9. But this is something that if you're trying to do your own data, you're trying to figure out who do I want to run, use this. Things like this is really helpful. It's good to see. Look, Golden Guards doesn't get kills, even their wins, let alone their losses. What are you playing? This game here is a good example for why we don't want to play this game. 16-11 is the implied kills. Again, it's low data set. Golden Guards has won 1 game. So you can't take too much from it, but keep an eye out for this stuff. This is where things get really interesting. And then we'll talk to the other thing too. We don't have a ton of people here right now, but hopefully they watch the recording because there'll be some good information here. We're going to do a little giveaway next week. I don't know who here is a big Top Shot fan. I've been digging it. It's an NFT, which is a non-fungible token. Basically, it's collectibles virtually, and it's licensed with NBA, so you're able to buy moments from the NBA. Top Shots in the chat. I like it. It's been really fun. It's a marketplace, very much like trading cards, where at one point in time you buy cards, you can sell these cards, trade these cards. But the big reason why I like it, 4x3x, yeah, it's been blowing up. We got on it very early, not very early, but we got it fairly early. It's been out for like 6 weeks now, and you have these awesome moments here. So we'll take a look at my favorite moment, which is Jaren Jackson. When we can find it, here it is. And you click on this. It's a globally unique moment here. You just see this nice little stanky dunk here, and the swag walk afterwards. My wife knows how much I love this moment. She's seen it a ton of times. Like, and he's grown. He's 6'11 now. It's really exciting. But they only produce 3,999 of these. This is all built on a blockchain called Flow. It was originally on Ethereum, which you might have heard of Ethereum before. Either way, cool stuff. It caught on the DFS community pretty early, back about 6 weeks ago, probably a little earlier than that even. And it seemed to grab some traction here. I've been doing it. I really enjoyed it a lot. And I thought, why not do a little giveaway? So next week, if you follow here, and you have to be followed to qualify, but if you're in the stream next week, we'll do a giveaway. I'll give away a moment. Not gonna be anything crazy. You're not gonna get like a series 1, because like this one right here, like I'm a what I click. Right now, this series it's going for $180 minimum. By the way, ton of money in it too. It's blown up overnight. Like these $9 packs had an implied value of like, maybe a little over $9 at the time. Now you're talking crazy money. Even like the current collection right now, the 15,000 plus. Like let's say a Mark Hall Faults, right, which is considered one of the lower cards you can get. It's going for $3. Like, it's not bad. You break even if you pull 3 of these. But some of these are crazy good ones, right? So I figure we'll give away something, a continued circulation one next week, and see what happens. So if you haven't followed already, please follow here. I'll announce this on Twitter also. And I think I already put the Twitter here. I did. I put the Twitter. I did the YouTube. I did the Limes. Did the esports department. The esports department's a big one too. But also with the Discord here too, and I'll announce it there as well. But yeah, it's going to be something fun. I think it should be something interesting to people who maybe are interested in Top Shots, haven't done much of it yet, haven't had a chance to get a pack, and are nervous about buying in the marketplace right now. I'll give you one moment, you'll get hooked. It'll be fun. But absolutely follow the Twitch account to be eligible for it, and then show up next week, 7:30 Central, and we'll do a giveaway in the chat. Make sure you're here live in the chat and follow. We'll do some sort of giveaway. I'll give out something. It won't be anything crazy, but some of these things are like the Kobe White moment that I have. I love Kobe White. It's going for $2 like a week ago. It's going for $20 now. So you might get a moment for like $5. Just hold on to it. It'll be worth something. It's very, very interesting stuff. But that's not really DraftKings focused. So we'll sign it off here. But I want to make sure that was available. If there's any questions about it, ping me on Discord. I'm pretty widely available on there. Reach out to me on Twitter. I have both my. Did I get it this time? Almost. I have both my personal one and the Drown the Draft one here. I'll answer on both. According to the Boiler Tribe, they'll all be 10 times the price by June. Maybe. So get in for free right now. This is it's literally no cost to you. It's a follow, which I appreciate, and joining a stream that clearly you care a little bit because you watched this all the way to the end, or you're here with me live and just recorded. It doesn't matter. You're here, and I appreciate you. That'll be my token of gratitude to you, so that when you get that and you see we're winning money, you can subscribe to me on Patreon, and you can get more money, and we can work together. See how this works out? This is a very, very mutual relationship. I love you, you love me. A little bit. I probably love you more, and that's okay, and I'm okay with that. I love a lot of things more. My dog doesn't like me. I love my dog. She thinks I'm fine. That one hurts anyways. We all love tendies, though. Thank you, Boy Job. We all love tendies. So, thank you so much for joining. Kind of a lighter day today. We'll hopefully pick this up a bit more next week. I'm feeling a lot better. We're going to pick it up again next week. We're at a 12 this week. It was really more of like a 9. I want to be at a 12. Give me a 12. Give me a reason to get to a 12. Let's get this giveaway going. Get a sweet moment going out there. Let's brag about these tenders we won last week. Again, Patrons won some good money. So keep doing it. Thank you to everyone who followed last week. We had a good amount of followers last week. We had 2, 4, 6, 7 followers last week, which for me, that's a big deal. It's still a new stream. This is our 6th show, and the first 3 or 4 we're really figuring out what the hell we're doing. I'm figuring this out now. Hopefully you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. I'm talking to 7 bots and 1 person, 2 people out there, right? I'm enjoying this. Come enjoy this with me. Follow, subscribe, Twitter, Discord, Twitch, all the things. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next week. Until then, be safe, especially down south. And if you're a little worried or anything, be safe. If you're up north, you're used to snow. It's still a lot of snow though. So everyone, be safe. Stay classy, San Diego.